Properties for sale under. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. So, as usual, in today's episode of Properties for Sale under, I'll bring you to see the properties for sale in a selected town. In this case, we are talking about a town in Abruzzo Region, Pescara Province, and the name of the town is Penne. So here we see on the map of Italy where Penne is. Now, before we are going to find out the properties for sale in this town, please put like and subscribe, share the video. It helps my channel to grow. So let's start. So we start saying that Penne is an Italian council of 10,972 inhabitants. All right. So we are under the 20,000 inhabitants, which Abruzzo is one of the regions that allows the 7% taxation. Now, this is always important to say. Okay, so now we can zoom in and have a look about where Penne actually is. So let's zoom in a bit more. Okay, now here is Penne. So we are quite close to Pescara. So we are only, let's say, 20 kilometers from Pescara, maybe 15 kilometers driving to Monte Silvano. So we are not far from the sea. I'd say in 15-20 minutes, you should already be able to reach the sea. So we are in a kind of touristic destination. And don't forget that anyway, there is high demand of properties for sale in Abruzzo, Molise region from the expats communities from all over the world. So there is high interest in this area. Anyway, let's say that 10,000, 11,000 inhabitants is already a decent size, so it's not a too small town. You might be able to find all type of services that you need, and the fact that it's close to Pescara. Now Pescara has an airport, then we are in between Ancona, so in a few hours we are far from Ancona. Also Rome is not very far. Anyway, this is where Penne is. Okay, now next, my friend, if you want, you can join my Facebook group called Italy, a place to love, where I share usually the content that I find online about Italy. And so now let's go straight away into the properties for sale in this municipality of Italy. Okay, now properties for sale in Penne, Pescara, Italy. We have 164 houses and flats. Okay, it's not a very big number considering that there are 10,000 inhabitants. I see towns with 10,000 and having 1,000 houses for sale, so it's not really a big amount. Now, today, for the first time, before I put my usual filters, I just want to see what's on the market from the lowest price without putting any filter. So anyway, just to have an idea what we can get in this town as a bargain. So here we have an 18,000 euro house. Okay, it's a very small. We are talking about 49 square meters in an old building. Maybe there is a sharing entrance. Anyway, the house here for 18,000. It looks more like an apartment. Here there is a video. Probably there is a shared entrance. Anyway, 18,000 euro is just one open space, 49 square meters. Then here we have 5 rooms, 100 square meters. This is not bad. Obviously is in need of renovation. It's interesting. Lovely decoration here. Now, I'm not entering into this type of properties. I just want to have a quick look with you with what you can get for under 30,000 euro. Then anyway, I will share the link of this search under the description of the video for you. Anyway, to go, if you find anything interesting, to go and see yourself following the link. Now here, for example, I see another property in a kind of good condition for 25,000 euro, two rooms, 45 square meters. Then we have three rooms, 106 square meters, 25,000 euros. Let me see. Let's have a quick look. Two-level apartments with breathtaking views of Lake Penne in one of the most charming villages of Abruzzo. For example, here we see a property in a very good condition for 25,000 euro, which is not bad. Then we have another for, because it's quite big, more than 100 square meters. Then we have a studio for 25,000 euro, not many pictures. Then we have another one for 26,000 euros, three rooms, 70 square meters. Also this property with a beautiful view, doesn't look very bad. So you can get a bargain here in this town, obviously maybe with a bit of renovation works to do. 28,000, five rooms, 120 square meters, is an independent house, is a countryside house, but overall in a good condition. So this is an interesting property. Again, if you like one of these properties, you can just follow the link under the description. Then 29,000, five rooms, 140 square meters. Breathtaking views, but inside I see the house is completely in need of renovation. Let's say raw state. Let's have a quick look to this. 30,300 square meters, 10 rooms. So here we are talking about a very big property, but I think it's probably in full need of renovation. Fully in need of renovation, yes. Could be an interesting project. For example, I see many people are doing renovation works, and they have lovely project. 30,000, and that's the same one. They just then 30,000, six rooms, 600 square meters. I sell one fourth of a property. So, and then we have 33,000. I'd say that in this town, under 30,000 or under 35, it's possible to find something nice. Again, we are talking about a beautiful area. We are talking about Abruzzo region, very close to Pescara, 10, 15 minutes commuting to Pescara. So you can live here and working in Pescara, for example. But so now let's go and put and select the usual filters that I usually do during my searches. Okay, minimum 100 square meters. Then we do only houses. We had 140 properties for sale. Let's see now, uh, after the filters, exclude auction properties, available without rented, without tenants, and without bare ownership. Then we put three rooms, two bathrooms. I could select technically good condition. Let's select good condition without renovation works. So from the lowest price, let's see, actually, let's see all the properties, not only in good condition. Okay, now I want to see what's on the market. All right, so this one for 30,000, we already seen it before. Okay, they're selling one fourth of the property. Not really interesting. Not really. I'm not really interested. Anyway, There is a quite big garden. Um, anyway, but they sell one fourth of a property. Then terraced house in Via San Panfilo, 34. Now they're looking for 39,000 euros, 7 rooms, 150 square meters. In the historic center of Penne, we present this historic residence to be restored. The exterior roof and ceiling on the top have been renovated, probably. Now, this looks like a really beautiful historic building from outside. I mean, from the main picture and the description, I see the roof is new. Okay, we are talking about a very historic house in the center of Penne, but I see a very heavy renovation project as well, in case you would. Anyway, it's a beautiful property. I see the style, the bricks, the charm, everything looks, let's say, nice, but again, it's a full renovation project, this house. Okay, let's see what's next. For 50,000 euro, semi-detached house in Via Bernardo Castiglione, 4 rooms, 150 square meters. In a pretty and panoramic village on a medium hill, 430 meters above the sea level, we offer for sale a portion of a semi-detached brick house. Now, there are only 6 pictures. The house is in a narrow road. They are not showing pictures inside. Technically, if you are interested in one of these properties and let's say you don't speak Italian, you can write to me to my email and I can contact for you the estate agent, maybe to have more pictures, videos, and to have more details about the properties for sale. Okay, this is a kind of service that I never done before, but who knows? You know, let's see. Detached house in Penne, 59,000 euro, 5 rooms, 250 square meters. In Colle Trotta, a quiet hillside hamlet in the municipality of Penne, we offer for sale an independent house of approximately 250 square meters. Now, let me explain one thing. So we have Penne town, and then in the municipality of Penne there are many small, let's say, districts. Okay, and basically could be, let's say, one few kilometers distance from the town. So we are talking about small little villages in Penne municipality. This could be one of these houses, but the house looks good, looks big. So I'm gonna enter into this property because okay, we have a decent road anyway. From the first thing that I noticed from outside, that the house overall is in a good condition. We have a decent road so that the house is well commuted. You don't have to drive into countryside roads. Then we have a little garden, courtyard. Let me read quickly the basic features. Now, detached house, 250 square meters built, 5 rooms, 3 bathrooms, balcony, needs renovating, individual heating, private garden. Okay, it says that is in need of renovation. But anyway, 59,000 euro for such a big house, 250 square meters. We are around 300, 350 euro per square meter. Okay, so this is the picture from outside. Okay, the one we saw before. There's another beautiful picture. So the property looks very big. I want to understand the level of renovation here because, for example, from this picture, the kitchen looks like is in a very good condition. So I don't see any renovation works to do. I like this type of kitchen built with bricks. So it's a built-in kitchen, anyway, with the brick structure. I think I should do the same in the future here in my kitchen, that is still in a last century style. Okay, then we have, okay, this looks like dining room, living room with a big fireplace that I would make it like a thermal fireplace that you can heat all the house. Many people are going for this type of heating system nowadays. The ceiling looks in older, vaulted barrel. Okay, then here we have another room, looks like a small kitchen. Obviously, the house is quite big, so there are many rooms. Oh, nice, interesting to see, for example, now here I notice now this type of radiator, which it looks quite recent, quite new comparing to the rest of the kitchen itself. Floor, it's not old, but it seems like hasn't been looked after properly. Okay, we have a brand new bathroom. Okay, so no renovation for the bathroom. I'd say that this house is not in need of renovation, not at least not major renovation works. Plenty of spaces, plenty of rooms, 59,000 euro. That looks quite interesting. Lovely terrace with a lovely view around with the hills around the town. I see a quite decent spacious bedroom with radiators, window. The window frames in PVC looks quite new. Here we have another bedroom. Okay, this room had a double explosion. I don't know why they closed this window here. We see the radiator usually are always put under the windows, so it means that they close this window for a reason or for another. Another bedroom. Let me go back to understand. Yes, so these are two different bedrooms. Another bedroom. I think this is the bathroom. This is another bathroom. Wow, also renovated quite recently. I don't see major works to do in this house. Then it should be find out the exact position. For example, let's try to see if they have a view map just to understand. Okay, they don't show the exact position, but I'd say anyway, pity I cannot zoom in. So for privacy reason, the advertiser has not indicated the exact address. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, this is an interesting property. 59,000 euro, 5 rooms, 250 square meters. It's a very interesting house. Okay, let's see the following one. Another one for 59,000 euros. 10 rooms, 265 square meters. Residential house in Penne in Contrada Mallo. Now, Contrada Mallo, that's exactly what I told you before. So this house is not in Penne town, but is in the district of Penne. And in Italy, the small towns around the main municipality we call contrada. So, consisting of a building with land, the house is located on a hill with a perfect panoramic view. Okay, it's worth it to enter into this property simply because the quality of the property from outside looks in a very, very good condition. 59,000 euros, that's nothing. Let me just, okay, I hope the audio is fine. Okay, now let's read quickly the basic features. Detached house, 3 floors, 265 square meters built, the floor area 236, 10 rooms, 3 bathrooms, plot of land of 1,200 square meters, which is nearly 1/10 of an hectare. balcony, good condition, individual heating, propane, butane gas, private or communal garden, so should be disclosed, should be find out. Residential house in Contradamallo consisted of a building with land. Okay, the panoramic view. Let's have a look at the pictures. Okay, so we have ground floor, first floor, attic. So we have a house on 3 floors. This is the house from a distance. Now I'm wondering if we have the sea view, because anyway, Penne is not far from the sea view. I guess here we are 5 10 minutes, 5 minutes driving to Penne town. So we are in the countryside. It should be investigated, for example, the road to commute to this house, but sorry, but anyway, from outside the house looks in a very good condition. I like it. Recently renovated with balcony. Then is a semi-detached house because I see there is a neighbor. Anyway, it's fine. We are talking about a semi-detached house. Beautiful. Anyway, beautiful view with your own plot of land. Okay, the house inside looks in a very good order. Here we have a dining room with new floor, new tiles, dining table. Here we have radiators, we have decent windows. I see a kitchenette and a couch here. Okay, here we are in the kitchen with another table. I see the electrical implant is quite new. So every this house was renovated quite recently. Wow, wow! I'm impressed by the quality and the price that is the house is sold. The bathroom is perfect; it's in a perfect condition. All the floors are in a very good order. We have radiators. All the switches are fine. Okay, here I think we are in a master bedroom. We are in a bedroom. Here we are another bedroom on the ground floor. Anyway, everything looks in order. Here we are in another dining room. So probably there are separate. This is another kitchen. Wow, lovely view with this balcony. I'd say this house, I believe this house should be already sold because it's amazing. The location of, anyway, Penne, close to the sea, close to Pescara, 59,000 euro for a house in such a condition. Then radiators again. You might install solar panels. For example, in this part of the house, I notice already that is a tiny bit older. I see they kept the old floor, but I would keep exactly the same floor. I don't mind, has its own character. Here we are in the attic, which is not, which has never been finished, but the roof is in a good condition. But it doesn't need to be finished. For example, as soon as you buy, you might make it as a project, even in a medium long term. All right, so basically, let me read the description of this house. Now, the house is located on a hill with a perfect panoramic view of both the Apennine mountain range and the Adriatic Sea. The partially renovated property is spread over 3 levels and offers 3 independent housing units. Wow. On the ground floor, it has renovated apartment comprising living room with dining room, 2 bedrooms, bathrooms and closet. Partially renovated upper floor apartment composed of living room with kitchenette, terrace, 2 bedrooms, bathroom and closet. Attic to be finished with provision for thermo hydraulic hydraulic and electrical system with a minimum height of 170. So if the minimum height is 170, is already very good because the house has a total registered area A2 excluding the uncovered parts of 236 square meters. The property includes a plot of agricultural land of approximately 1/10 of an hectare. Google Maps links they are maybe showing. Anyway, this is an interesting property. I want to see if they show the location on the map. Okay, so basically we are here in Contrada Mallo. I'm trying to understand where Penne is. So here is Penne. Okay, and then driving. I'd say it's probably around 5 minutes driving from Penne. SP8 Strada Provinciale 8. Here there is also a local shop. Plenty of I mean, not plenty, but as we see, there are B&Bs around. So chance also to make, if there are three separate units. Very interesting property, this one. I have to say that I like the prices in this town. Obviously, we are talking about the countryside. Now, semi-detached house in Penne, 70,000 euro, garage included, 3 rooms, 160 square meters, semi-detached villa with agricultural land and olive groves for sale. Discover this charming semi-detached villa located in a quiet and green area. Okay, here we have only 5 pictures. They are only showing pictures from inside. It's an interesting property. Let's enter just 1 second to see the description, if it's in need of renovation. Now, semi-detached villa with agricultural land. Discover this charming semi-detached villa located in a quiet and green area with a commercial area of 160 square meters. This property offers ample space to meet all your needs. On the ground floor, you will find 2 cellars, ideal for storage and stable, with stalls perfect for those who love rural life. On the first floor, the house has a cozy kitchen and a fireplace, perfect for winter evening, a spacious living room, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom. Now, one of the strengths of this villa is the vast agricultural land, 21,000 square meters, so 2 hectares, which includes a productive olive grove. The outdoor space is ideal for those who wish to cultivate their own land or simply enjoy nature. Furthermore, the house is oriented south, east, and west, guaranteeing natural light throughout the day. Don't miss the opportunity to transform this semi-detached villa into your dream home or a perfect rural retreat for relaxation and tranquility. Okay, you can contact us. Now, I'm wondering if there is also, they were saying, I read somewhere anyway, the view, there could be mountain view and sea view. Anyway, we don't know the condition of the house inside, but overall, it's worth an investigation on this type of house. Then, because 20,000 square meters, so 2 hectares of productive land, only the land might be worth the price here. That's quite interesting. Generally, the price of an hectare in Italy goes between 20, 25 up to 35, depends. But now, Casale Cascina, the next one. 75,000 euros, 7 rooms, 126 square meters. How many times strolling through pretty country roads have you happened to see typical building and fantasize about them, thinking of buying? So, okay, now we have this house. All I see is a countryside house. Probably this is the town of Penne, so not far. We have a road, we have electricity, so it has the services. Roof looks in order. The building itself looks in a good order. Let's enter. Let's have a look. I'm curious about the pictures inside. So 7 rooms, 2 bathrooms, plot of land 2,000 square meters, 1/5 of an acre, fireplace, garage, needs renovating, private garden. Okay, let's have a look. The pictures. I'm mainly curious about the pictures inside the house. Anyway, we have a lovely view on the mountains. Then we have a lovely view on Penne town. Okay, let's see. 2,000 square meters. Probably there are some olive trees that are belonging. Then there is garage. There are sheds. You can have your own animals here. We are on the road, which is anyway good enough. Okay, let me go back. I see. Okay, the exterior part is a tiny. I mean, it needs to be repainted. I don't see major works. I want to see the property inside. Now, inside, obviously, the property it's not very new. What I see is the plumbing system. The plumbing system is new. The radiators have been put recently. I mean, the house is much older, obviously, that the heating system. This could be the kitchen entrance. Okay, another kitchenette. I see the radiator system. The heating system was put after, much after. I think they tried to upgrade the house, but they didn't succeed. Then here we have old windows. Here we are again in the same room. Quite spacious living room. Bathroom fully renovated recently. So they tried to upgrade, to spend some money. Beautiful, the beautiful main bedroom with double exposure. I love it. So bright. Obviously, blinds and window frames should be changed. Here we have another decent. So the heating system was completely renewed recently. Okay, here we have an old bathroom, which they never used, probably, or used rarely. Anyway, this house has its own charm, as it has the charm of an independent house. Here we see the neighboring house, a lovely villa. It has its character. Pity that doesn't have balconies and terraces. But you have your own garden anyway, you have your own land. All right, this is another interesting property. So let's see the following one: 75,000 euro. Garage included, 4 rooms, 160 square meters, house with garden. You see contrada, so means we are still in the countryside, in the surrounding area of Penne. Contrada Cignale, do you want to live surrounded by nature without giving up the convenience of the town? So they are saying it's close to the town. Okay, here, wow, there are only few pictures, but let me enter to understand. Now, just to show you, it's a pity there are only few pictures. Now, I want to understand here if they had a problem with the roof. There's a beautiful garden, outdoor space with garage. Inside this room was completely renovated with a lovely fireplace. We have an interesting kitchen. I mean, in order. Okay, these are all the pictures. Let's see the description of the house. I want to understand. Do you want to live? Okay, this portion of the house to be renovated and customized according to your tastes is the ideal solution for those who dream of a peaceful retreat. Now, close to Penne. On the ground floor, you will find the living area with living room and kitchen with bathroom. On the first floor, two bedrooms and a second bathroom. The property includes a separate tavern. Now, tavern is this type of underground anyway. It's a basement where that we used to live anyway, to spend time in the tavern. A large external warehouse, and above all, a large garden perfect for enjoying moments of relaxation in the open air. The area is quiet and private, but in a few minutes you can reach the heart of the town with all the services. A real opportunity for those who want to customize their home and live immersed in greenery with the authentic charm of the Abruzzo countryside. There is a plot of land of 3,000 square meters. All right, so I'd say a bit less than one third of an hectare. Okay, let's move to the following one, 79,000. This one, let's see. Detached house in Contrada Trofigno, so we are again in the outskirts of the town. 10 rooms, 400 square meters. So we are under 250 euro per square meter here. Under 250 euro per square meter. If it's 100,000 euro, it will be sharp 250 euro per square meter. I'd say this is a bargain. These are the type of properties. Now, I don't know the condition inside of the house, how much it costs to renovate it, but potentially, if the trend of people buying properties, expats buying, foreigners buying properties in Italy, in particular in this area, this house could be kind of very appealing and could have an increasing price in the next few years. I'd say because under 250 euro per square meter. Okay, we have a beautiful view. We have the road. Okay, now I like this house. It's not completely new, but it's a particular charming. Now, two bathrooms, double garage included in the price, good condition. So it's free on four sides. Private garden, 10 rooms, two floors. Let's have a look at the pictures. For sale, an incredible detached house with agricultural land on the hills of the village of Penne. Now, included in the price is agricultural land of approximately 1.5 hectares. Wow. Currently, there are several fruit trees such as walnuts, plums, sour cherries. The excellent location of the property allows you to reach the village in a few minutes, which offers all the essential services bar restaurant where you can taste. Interesting. This could be also a perfect B&B. 1.5 hectares. That's quite big. And for the price they're selling. All right, so total independent house with view on the mountains. There should also be, I think, a view kind of to the sea direction. I'd say, okay, the house, they said, as is in good condition. Now we see that the house, yes, it's not in a bad condition, but it's in a very old style, hasn't been renovated recently. I see, for example, by the old balcony door, kind of the blind shutters. The shutters here have very old system, 80s. The wallpaper, but I like the floor. The house has its charming style and could have a great potential. Now radiators, kitchen, I mean kitchen, little dining room with fireplace, and here we have the kitchenette. Okay, this is first floor. So we have a heating system because I saw the radiators, but we also have a wooden stove here. Interesting because this stove could heat all the whole old electrical implants. The switches are late 70s. Okay, then we have a spacious bedroom, another bedroom. Now this is the view from the balcony. Okay, I'd say the house is in need of renovation. Maybe not really massive renovation, but it is. Bathrooms, I would go for new bathrooms. Then storage rooms, kind of garage, storage unit, laboratory. Here they probably had a shop a while ago. A lot of opportunities, a lot of then the trees. It's an interesting house. I would try to rent this as a shop. Now, they were describing as 400 square meters. Okay, probably including each floor, 200 square meters. Okay, so even the storages unit, the garages, and so on, all included in these 400 square meters. But the roof is good. It's an interesting property with 1.5 hectares of land. Interesting, interesting. All right, then let's go to the following one, 79,000. 79,000. This one looks completely renovated from outside, maybe no. I see a big terrace. Now we offer a villa immersed in the Abruzzo National Park with a view of the lake and the Abruzzo Mountains on two levels with about 1,000 meters of probably plot of land. Let's have a look. So we have a garage, we have a terrace, we have kind of courtyard. Here it's possible to have kind of veranda for the summery months. We offer first, let's see, so 155 square meters built, 5 rooms, 2 bathrooms, plot of land 1,000 square meters, terrace, garage included, needs renovating, private garden. Okay, let's have a look at the pictures inside. The one before, that for me was in need of renovation, they were selling as it's not in need of renovation. Maybe this one they are selling as they are saying is in need of renovation. It might not be. I mean, might be more modern than the previous one. Okay, so here we are. Let's say ground floor with terrace, big terrace, 2 bathrooms, main entrance door, bathroom. Okay, this is the first floor and this is the ground floor. So we have a big open space, kitchen, and then here we have a bathroom. Here there is the garage. So this is the covered outdoor area, which could be a lovely veranda. Let's see, lovely garden, view on the lake, very interesting. Then the view on Penne, lovely pine trees, the veranda, outdoor barbecue, interesting. Okay, it looks like the house hasn't been lived for a while, but new floors, new radiators, everything painted and in order. Let's go back 1 second. So this is the probably the main entrance door. This is the view on the living room. Still living room, dining area, fireplace and kitchen as we saw from the floor map. So we are on the ground floor. I like this house. It has its own personality and I don't see big renovation works to do. Here we are, let's say, on the first floor with the one bedroom. It says three bedrooms. Now here is one bathroom. I don't know if this is the bathroom downstairs or upstairs. The bathroom looks in order with shower and bath tube. Okay, they're not showing more pictures, but the house looks in a very with a beautiful terrace here, lake view. Interesting property. Now this one for 80, I think I saw it before. Anyway, we are still talking about towns that are in Contrada, Torre di Mezza, so the surrounding area of Penne. At the moment, I haven't seen any properties for sale in Penne town. Only the one that I show you in the beginning of the video, where I show you the properties up to €30, 30,000. There were some properties for sale in Penne town. Let me enter quickly because I saw this house listed before. Here, anyway, I don't know. I'm a bit confused because I saw this property. Let me just have a quick look for a much cheaper price. Yeah, here it's on exactly. Here it's for sale for €59,000, and here is listed for 80,000. 5 room is exactly the same house. 5 rooms, 300 square meters. 5 rooms, 250 square meters. So they're not even precise by that. That's the Italian house market, which I'm very disappointed. Now, detached house in Contrada Casale. Let's skip this one because I want to see the first house. We have these two houses, which it looks are in the town of Penne. So in the town of Penne with €90,000. So here we are in the central part of Penne. Beautiful, charming house. I really like. Now I don't see, I see steps. Maybe the parking is on the road down the steps. Let me see 1 second. Terraced house, 3 floors, 150 square meters, 6 room, two balconies, two bathrooms, balcony, good condition. Okay, let's have a look at the house because from outside, this is the type of house that I like. Now was painted recently the front of the house, not the side. Maybe a bit harder because the steps, but we are in the old part of the town, in the very historical part. So here you might have your own charming property in the historical with this lovely public light. I would call it lantern. I like it. Okay, the gate. Let me see the entrance door. Old and stylish. Electrical implant a bit old. Let's see. So stairs leading to the first floor. But the house, apart the door, okay, I see the doors are a bit old. The floors are good. Walls are fine. So here we have the dining room. Lovely stylish dining room. This floor wasn't the cheapest back in the days. This is a floor done in the 60s and I like the way it's kept in a perfect condition. We have a vaulted ceiling in this room. We have radiators. This is a dining living room. Beautiful floor. I like it. Obviously, it has is 60 years old, 65 years old. We might not expect to find in a very good condition, but I would keep it. We have a modern kitchen with new tiles, new floor, view on the mountains. The bedroom here you see, for example, this floor, as I'm always telling you, we are talking about cheap floor in the 70s. The majority of the houses, I have this floor. I have. But it has its own character nowadays. I wouldn't change here. Bedroom, another bedroom. So this house is quite spacious, and for the money they are selling, I'd say it's a bargain. Okay, I don't like the high window here. Kind of small door here. Don't understand much. Looks like it's an extra bedroom. Partially, I see something. It has to be two separate properties. Plenty of spaces, plenty of rooms. I should read the description. Bathroom, decent. Bit small, but anyway, in order. Another kitchen. I should read the description to under. Wow, vaulted ceiling, probably here. I don't know how many bedrooms I counted, five or six up to now. Attic, roof, good and new. Okay, I want to quickly read the description. So, the basement floor features two cellars accessible from the ground floor, perfect storage or conversion into additional living space. The ground floor welcomes you with an entrance room, a large kitchen living room, complete with a fireplace, a spacious bedroom. Original architecture features such as cross vaulted ceiling, yes, cross vaulted ceiling, not a barrel, terracotta floors, a brick fireplace, a oak beams, and a touch of historical elegance to the home. The first floor has been completely renovated and includes a living room, kitchen, dining room, two large bedrooms, and a bathroom. While some work is needed on the ground floor, the house can be lived immediately with 150 square meters of commercial space. Six rooms, two bathrooms, a terrace, balcony, and a cellar. This property offers ample space for a long-term home, holiday retreat, or a B&B activity. I see the potential. Penne is a popular destination for international tourism. That's why I think here could be a good investment. I might process myself simply because these are touristic places, and I think the trend on Abruzzo Molise is growing every day through expats community, not expats, foreigners, everyone who understands the quality of the slow life in a small southern Italian town. I'd say this has very huge potential. I don't understand garage parking space. That's the only thing. Okay, let's have a quick look at the last property for 95. Then we have more. This one is interesting because I see these medieval walls. Let's see, let's have a look now. Detached house, one floor, 150, 110 square meters built, six rooms, two bathrooms, plot of land, little garden, 100 square meters, terrace, good condition, orientation north, don't know, private or communal garden. Let's have a quick look at the pictures. Let's go full screen. Should be understood what the property is. So we have little garden, beautiful view, stunning view, breathtaking view, lovely hall, everything is in order, floor kept in a very good condition, dining living area with fireplace, everything is in order, bright enough, small bedroom, high window, not my favorite, kitchenette with small dining table, okay, upside down picture with the little garden they have. All right, so now I'm guessing if this is the house from one side, lit ancient road, very old road in the old part of the town. This is the other side. Now this is not a really old medieval wall. It's something built more recently, but it has its own charm. Okay. Okay, hard to understand anyway. One side for sure is this one from the road. Bathroom, not very old, but not kept in a very good condition. Even if it's okay, we have a bathroom renovated recently. You see, here we have the water system, the flush system for the toilet with this typical button here, typical of the 80s, with the water up. Now, it's not showing in the picture, but the tank for the flush is up close to the ceiling, while in this new bathroom you see is recently renovated because the tank for the flush of the toilet is inside the wall. So this bathroom maybe was renovated 10 years ago. We have an interesting ground floor with a vaulted with a star vaulted ceiling. Here, typical celebrations. All right, my friends, I hope you found this video quite interesting. Okay, so we reached 95,000 euros. So properties for sale under 95. That's what I will call the video. So I hope you have enjoyed the Monday video about properties for sale under in Abruzzo. Now, tomorrow, as usually, on Tuesday, I will cover the properties for sale in a town in Molise region. Now, if you have watched up to now, please let me know under the comment section. I'll be curious to know if there are people who are watching the whole video, which I find interesting. In particular, if you are one of these person who like to investigate about the property market in Italy. So let me know. I'll be curious. I will give you a star. Anyway, you'll be a star if you have watched up to now. Okay, my friends, have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow with properties for sale under in Molise region. Bye.